Hello, this is the lecture for Unit 6, Writing a Conference Proposal. Conferences are the social glue that holds a profession together. Indeed, these annual events are one way that a profession constitutes itself as more than just a smattering of individual practitioners and asserts its identity as a collective enterprise. At their best, professional conferences act as a hotbed of new ideas and perspectives. The face-to-face synergy that happens when dozens or hundreds of people who are all professionally committed to unique but overlapping areas of expertise allows surprising, motivational, and potentially transformative ideas to evolve and proliferate. Attendance at these events is one of the ways that professional people identify themselves as a member of the profession, providing access to cutting-edge innovations in the field, as well as valuable networking opportunities. As stimulating as it can be to attend professional conferences, the more stimulating challenge is to achieve the privilege of participating in a conference as a presenter. Different conferences have different presentation formats. Some ask presenters to choose between whether they want to present their ideas as a 90-minute interactive workshop or as a 5-minute flash presentation or in the form of an academic poster. Different presentation topics might lend themselves to different formats, but creative presenters will be able to imagine ways of adapting their content to any given medium. Regardless of how you propose to present your ideas, however, the price of admission into the world of conference presenting is almost always the same, a conference proposal, sometimes called an abstract, which is basically a one-paragraph summary of what your presentation will be about. Most conferences will only ask for a one-paragraph proposal, usually between 250 to 400 words, rather than a complete presentation, poster, or paper, and writing a conference proposal can be a helpful way of hammering out what you think you want to say, even if you're not entirely sure how you would actually craft the presentation or poster itself. The proposal should convey the impression of a complete idea, even if your actual idea about your topic is still evolving. Once your proposal is accepted, you will typically have at least a few months to work out the details of the presentation itself. The most important thing about writing a conference proposal is to read the call for papers or submission instructions carefully and to follow the conference's in-house rules for formatting the proposal. Usually, the instructions will specify a word count limit which you must abide by. They may ask for additional material as well, such as a bio of your professional and academic experience, a shorter summary of your proposal, and/or other information about your academic or professional affiliations. Some conference proposals are submitted through online forms, and some are submitted by email. If you submit your proposal by email, make sure to present yourself professionally in any online communication. The proposal itself should start off with a strong title. Indeed, the title of your presentation is the most important part of it in many ways, since it's usually the only thing that people will see, whether in the conference program or on your resume. The title should be informative in that it provides a clear idea of what your presentation is about, and it should also be engaging in the sense that it stokes a reader's curiosity or interest. Crafting a title is also an opportunity for you as a writer to identify for yourself what you plan to say. Presentations are typically very short, 15 minutes or so the more specific and clearly focused they are, the better. Professional conferences are attended by people who spend their whole lives studying the things you are writing about. They don't need to hear about the whole background of your topic or a literature view of what other people have said. They want to hear something new. They want to hear what you have to say. As we have mentioned before, a thesis statement is a single sentence that sums up the most important point that your essay has to make. It is the kind of elevator speech version of your idea. In a proposal, the clearer and more focused your thesis is, the more likely your proposal is to stand out from the crowd. Conference presentations are a great opportunity to get granular, to investigate a very narrow and specific question. Think about how you can narrow your focus down to a single significant observation and write your proposal around that specific point. As discussed in the previous lecture, a good way to do this is to start off with something that has already been said. In a 300-word proposal, you obviously don't have room to go into too much detail about all the research you have been doing, but the people who read and evaluate these proposals like to see that you have done your homework and that you are not just running off at the mouth. Experts differentiate themselves from cranks by demonstrating their familiarity with the research that has come before them. For this reason, it is a good idea to begin your proposal with a sentence or two about previous research related to your topic. For example, X has been discussed in terms of its advantages, Everest 2015, Goodaway and Ciccoletta 2017, and disadvantages, Rocky and Rubble 2018. Or, while many researchers agree that X is associated with Y, Sky 2019, Ryder and Chase 2018, others have cast doubt on this conclusion, Marshall and Zuma 2017. In addition to introducing yourself as an authority on the subject, this kind of opening sentence also makes it easy to move on to discussing your own take on the topic, which may synthesize some of this research in a new way. You may draw out some points that one of these researchers makes and elaborate it, or you may argue against the conclusions or inferences articulated by another researcher, or you may draw out some of what you see as the most important implications of the existing research. In any event, the second section of your proposal should clarify your own position in a way that links closely with the title of your presentation. Once you identify your thesis, somewhere in the first 3 or 4 sentences of your proposal, the rest of the body of your proposal should consist of an overview of how you plan to elaborate on your thesis. Think of composing 3 sentences that articulate the 3 main points that you wish to make in your presentation. Finally, a strong proposal will end with a sentence or 2 about why your perspective is important. You may specifically tie it into the conference's theme, or simply underscore the social or professional significance of the point of view you are proposing to contribute to the conference. Writing a conference proposal provides an opportunity for you to inject your own ideas into the conversation that professionals in your field are having. If your proposal is accepted and you wind up delivering a presentation at a professional conference, you will enjoy a remarkable experience that will burnish your credentials as an authority in your discipline. If your proposal doesn't get accepted, or if it is accepted but you are unable to attend the conference, you have a proposal which you can then resubmit for another conference and try your luck again. Most importantly, you will have articulated your own ideas in a format that allows you to share them easily with your professional colleagues, allowing you to refine and elaborate your own professional identity.